Rotations are synchronized movements involving at least two players on a team in possession. Generally, the players who are rotating move into spaces usually occupied by a player in another position, with the aim of receiving the ball in space or manipulating the opposition's shape. Rotations are used to get players on the ball in areas that will help the team progress up the pitch. Movements are made so that individuals can lose their marker, and when one move is paired with a teammate's movement, there is a better chance of disrupting the opposition's shape. Rotations can be particularly effective against a man-marking system, as specific defenders can be dragged into areas where they can't protect their own goal. They are also more likely to help a player on the in-possession team find space to receive. Coaches can use rotations to help their team target key areas of the pitch in which they think their opponents are vulnerable. Rotations can help drag key players out of specific areas of the pitch and help a coach get their most dangerous players into areas where they can threaten goal. Coaches can also set up their team to use rotations that give certain players different roles in attack and defense. For example, a fullback who is part of the back line when defending could play very high up the pitch when attacking as a result of a pre-planned rotation in the wide area. Opposite movements are the most common and simple rotation, where two players essentially just swap positions. This kind of rotation is usually used in central spaces, midfield, or attack. One example would be a center forward dropping to receive and a deeper teammate running beyond the forward. Another common rotation involves a winger moving inside, the fullback making an overlapping run and a central midfielder dropping into a wide position to cover underneath the advancing fullback. The players within a central midfield unit can attempt to lose their direct opponents by swapping positions. This is especially useful when a team comes up against an opponent with the same number of players in central midfield. A central midfield unit that rotates fluently can help a team build from deep and progress play into the final third. Third-man rotations are also very common and can be performed anywhere on the pitch. This rotation usually involves three players, and ends with a penetrative off-the-ball movement to receive in behind an opposing line or unit. When done well, rotations are very difficult to track and defend against. If the movements are well coordinated, whether pre-planned or improvised, they can give a team a huge and very immediate advantage. A coach can work on getting specific players into a specific place with a pre-planned rotation, but training rotations, in general, will help players learn to adapt and solve problems in-game. Improvised rotations are even more difficult for the opposition to deal with. A significant benefit of rotations is that they can be performed by any group of players in any position and in any formation, and they can also evolve during a match. They can be tailored to facing a specific individual or team, or to get the most from a specific strength of your own team. Rotations can be complex and difficult to grasp, particularly in terms of timing, and it is also important for players to understand why a rotation is being attempted. If not performed effectively, they offer little chance of progressing play, manipulating the opposition's structure, or creating chances. Rotations just for the sake of rotating will waste the player's energy. Rotations must therefore enhance a team's attacking play, and not result in the most dangerous attacking players in a less threatening position than the coach would like. Wasted movements can weaken a side's attacking structure, but also leave gaps in their own structure or attacking players in the wrong part of the pitch should the ball be turned over. Players must have awareness of all four references in the game: space, the ball, teammates, and opponents. Losing sight of one of these can have a significant impact on how effective a rotation is, and result in a move breaking down. An understanding of how the timing of their movement can affect a rotation is also key, so players need to be intelligent and be good at taking on the instructions of their coach. Rotating too early can mean the player is tracked easily, while rotating too late can give the opposition time to cover the gap where a player had wanted to receive. Players must also have good technical qualities to receive on the move and play with their heads up to keep up with the pace of their team's move. If defenders communicate well, and cover for one another when any teammate moves out of position, then directly following individuals can help nullify an opposing rotation. Alternatively, an organized zonal approach can effectively deal with a rotation, with defenders holding their positions and retaining their original structure while the opposition rotate in front of them. Should a defender approach or press the ball carrier while also blocking a passing line to one of the rotating players, then the rotation can be stopped. Screening passes can delay the opposition's progress and allows teammates to cover the space the opposition is targeting with their rotation, while also putting the player on the ball under pressure.